Welcome to the NMAA podcast, the best basketball league in Orlando and the longest running Muslim sports league in America. Based out of sunny Orlando in Florida, featuring weekly game previews, player stats, heated rivalries, and guest stars. Now, your hosts, Waaris Zaheer, the Komish, Ahmed, the Don, Dev Lackman. Take it away, fellas.
What's going on, NMAA family? We are back with another edition of the podcast. I am your host, Waaris Zaheer, and I am joined by two of my good friends, Ahmed Alshaari and Siddiq Juman. Ahmed, I see you upgraded a little bit, bro. You got the Sony's on. You had the AirPods on before. Sound quality nice. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on? Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Happy to be here.
Hey, this was the little group that we had when we were at Linda's the other day too. We were kind of sitting all kind of near each other. But yeah, Sid immediately had to take an emergency. I'm sure Sid's doing good too. But interesting week of games. I was hoping it would go a little different for us. I'm sure you were thinking the same. But let's get right into the recap. The first game we're going to talk about is Muttaqin versus Al-Qamar. Now, Muttaqin's struggles continue, man. 41 to 56. I thought they weren't going to even get to the 40s, to be honest with you. Midway through the third, I was like, what are they doing? For Muttaqin, Isaiah with 14 and 15 with 6 steals. Sharif with 9 points, 4 rebounds. Kareem had 6 points early. Pretty much all to speak about. For Qamar, BG with 27 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Alex McCord with 7 and 5. Shahab with 6 and 3. Monk with 12 boards. Dodic with 6 only. They still scored 56. BG, I mean, BG had 27 points. That was
scored half the points.
He scored half of the points of the team. He scored a third of the points of the whole game, almost. What was right? It was 97. Yeah. He scored more than a fourth of every single point scored in that game.
Yeah, honestly, I was playing at the same time as this game, so I can't really speak much on it. But was Yassine there? I didn't even see him. Did he?
Yassine was there
because he was one of the ones.
6 rebounds.
He was one of the ones that was scoring against us, like relatively consistently in our game. So I wonder what happened.
Yeah, I mean, Alex and Monk are 2 good defensive bigs, in my opinion. And BG just got it going, and Muttaqin just has a lid on the basketball. It looks ugly, man. It's to the point where, I never do this actively during the season, where I'll go and be like, yo, you guys got to do this and this, like specifically. But watching Muttaqin, and I know we really have beat them up on this podcast, and I don't mean it to be like a bullying session, but my God, watching that game was so frustrating. Even as a spectator, I wasn't even rooting for Muttaqin, right? But I picked Al-Qamar, I believe. So I was like, God, you guys got to do something better, bro. This can't be it. I think they had 16 points at halftime. I think they had 27 or 28 at the end of the third. It was gross. Sid, you watched a decent amount of this game, right? You're muted, by the way.
Yeah, I did watch a good portion of this game. I'm not going to harp on the negatives again. I think we've done like 2 to 3 podcasts of just straight negatives. I'll say some positives. First positive, their jerseys look fire. No, I'm playing.
Jerseys do look fire.
The little white stripes.
It's clean.
No, but Isaiah 15 rebounds, 6 steals. The defense looked like it's there, right? I mean, Qamar, they held them to 56 points. So I think if you think of like a positive note, right, you don't have to scheme defense, right? Like, defensively, you're keeping teams to 50, around 55. So you have to figure out yourself, how do you get there? I mean, first thing is when I look at here, Yassine is their second round pick, 2 points. It means others on the team, as well as Yassine, have to realize he needs to score at least 8 more. Isaiah, 14, needs to realize, and I know in the game, right, like I was speaking to him and he's like, oh, I'm not getting enough touches. And I was just like, I think me and you are watching two separate games, right? Like you're playing it and I'm watching it. And in my opinion, you definitely have enough touches. The ball swinging to you, you're swinging it back, but you're also not cutting. You're just standing in the wing, hoping for, everyone's game plan against what the Keen is, send everyone at Isaiah, right? And kind of see how the team adjusts. You have to force the action. I saw really good positives out of him in the fourth quarter where he attacked the basket and he finished, right? Like, we all know if Isaiah attacks the basket, more than likely
it starts getting downhill. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like that D'Angelo Pro effect, right? Like, if you go downhill, the bulk of possessions, no one's stopping you in our league, right? And so I think if Isaiah gets into that 20 range, which he's very capable of doing, you've seen very capable of getting into that 10 range, their offense will click. It's early enough where, yes, as Muttakin, you're probably like, oh my God, that's the third game I'm in the 40s, or fourth game I'm in the 40s. It's just really game playing some offense. Or realize whatever you've got to do, not necessarily wise, more so the Sharif, the Brian, the Shawan, the Aman, the Omar. Whatever's going on, maybe it's just not working, and let's just see, hey, if we force feed this person, or Brian, if you're also way more capable of having 5 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. We all just take some accountability. It might be a whole lot better of a ball game going forward.
Yeah, 100%. I think you can scheme another 10, 12 points to get yourself to that 57 to 58 range. That would be a lot more. I mean, they would have won how many of their games if they got to 57 a game? Maybe all 3.
Yeah, potentially.
So their defense is good enough. It just depends on the offense. But
yeah, talk about Isaiah. Just a quick point. Really, our whole strategy when we were playing against them in the zone is if Isaiah is within your area, you're not guarding the ball. You're guarding Isaiah. And in the fast break, if he puts that ball down, start going downhill, take the foul on the floor. Don't let him pick up pace and attack the basket. So it's like, yeah, if that's his go-to, he's gotta be able to adjust a little bit and find different ways to score.
And this is not the segment, right? But if I'm Isaiah, then how do I counter that? Okay, they're sending numbers at me. Quick touches, right? Like, I know for sure I'm seeing him sitting on the wing trying to dissect the defense. No, make a quick cut, get the ball, maybe swing it back, cut again, get the ball, layup, right? Like, now you have to keep the defense on their feet because realistically, people are just standing there, just coming closer to you, right? You're not putting the pressure on them. Quick touches, quick swing backs, you'll get the ball back, finish, right? Like,
well, Sid, the thing is, I know we're harping on Isaiah, and I know he could definitely play a lot better. But this team has capable players, man. I don't think of this team as much as a D'Angelo for us last season, where it's like, oh, he has to be at 30 or we're not going to win a game. Because they have guys that can contribute. I just feel like nobody's doing anything.
So what I'm seeing is because they don't have someone who's just readily breaking the zone or someone who's putting the pressure on the defense, everyone's getting guarded, right? Like, or the one thing I'll say that is positive, their ball movement is excellent. It might be time for 1 or 2 people to actually just shoot it off the ball movement because I see a ton. I've seen Sharif open under the basket, pass up an open layup to someone who's guarded. I've seen Brian do the same thing. Ball movement for the team, I don't think is a problem, but maybe it's time. Okay, instead of 1 extra pass, maybe pump fake, go up, see what happens, right? And try to make the adjustments that way. I don't see defense as a problem. I still see Muttakin as a very dangerous team. But I do think, in my opinion, again, he's a second overall pick. When we had him averaging close to 26, right?
25, 26.
He easily should be in that range.
He should easily be in that range. I agree with you. He is underperforming, and I think he knows that as well. I think everybody else knows that. And I think if he gets going, just like you said, it'll make their offense a lot better. But real quick, and we'll move on to the next game. Just the feeling of Muttakin right now. They're 1-2, and we were at the steakhouse the other day. And you were like, yeah, so Kareem's 0-3, right? And Kareem's sitting there and he goes, yep. And he doesn't even correct you to go, I'm actually 1-2. He was like, Yeah, no, there's no reason for me to interrupt here. I understand the point. You know what it is? It was so
he's counting
funny.
that win against us as a loss.
I know. That's crazy. That's how low the vibes are. They're 1-2. But I think they'll figure it out. We'll see what happens. But next game we have Showtime versus Al Mukhtar. Ahmed, close your eyes, close your ears. It's okay.
No, they stay open, bro. I'm proud of this game.
Oh, you are? Oh, you guys actually did keep it close for a little while here. I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
Showtime 64, Mukhtar 47, Adam Dorsey with 23, 3 and 4. Carlos Rowe with 14, 6 and 5, 3 steals. Garfield, most improved, baby. 13 points, 15 rebounds, 6 blocks, 1 steal. Zach with 7 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Okay, Zach. Scoring more than his average, 2 points a game. Christian Solis, 20 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. Julian with 11 and 6. Fellow with 17 boards. Ahmed Alshaari. Oh my God, who's that? 5 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Now I know why you're proud of this game.
One of that coaches need to get this man some more PT.
Hey, go back to that Showtime column and scroll down a little bit.
All right, I got you. Hold on. Showtime. Scroll down.
See that guy at the bottom?
That's who you were guarding?
Yes, sir. 48 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
damn. Hold him to a goose egg? All right, Emma. I'll see you.
You got to do the clamp after him.
You got to seatbelt. You got to seatbelt him. Bro, what? How'd you keep him to 0?
I don't know if he wasn't feeling well or something. I know he started the game.
We're not doing that. Oh, I don't know what his home life is.
No, I think he might not been feeling well, health wise. He subbed out of the first quarter and walked out of the gym, and then he came back.
Okay.
And I was trying to deny him the ball most of the game.
He was just saying, whatever, bro. I don't care. We're gonna win this game anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he saw Garfield and Adam were absolutely killing us, and he was like, "I don't need the ball. You guys got it."
So, give me the story about this game. I think you guys had cut it to 8 in the fourth quarter at some point, right?
Yeah, it was close in the first quarter, right? We were going. That was I think 19-18 or something like that. That we're down 1 point.
While you talk, yeah.
Yeah, and then in the second quarter is when we started losing Adam on the fast break. So
19-18, you're right. Yeah.
And
you scored 9 points in the next 2 quarters combined. That's the problem.
Yeah, I feel like we got tired a little bit in terms of setting ourselves up for good offense. We kind of had to resort to just here, fellows, try to score on Garfield 101, or Christian, take it downhill shots going on. We weren't generating good offense in the second and third quarter, and at the same time, defensively, we were losing Adam on the fast break. That's how he got a lot of those points. And then towards the fourth quarter, we were going in down over 20, but our guards turned it up a lot. If you see that the steals column from both of them, they were happening all in the fourth quarter, and they were all turning into Julian threes. I think he made 3 threes, and I think he scored all of his points in the fourth quarter, or at least 9 of them in the fourth quarter. He kind of rallied us back, and we kind of started pressing them a little bit after we got it down to 8. But I think the fatigue kind of set in, and they were able to pass out of the press a couple of times, and then that's why they blew it back up to whatever ended with 18 or 19, okay. I think.
So, yeah. I mean, another game where you're not at full strength, and when your season's kind of been up, it's kind of got off to a really slow start because of that, mainly.
Yeah, injuries and just attendance issues, those kind of things lined up weirdly. But one thing I want to say is, shout out to our whole team. Even with all these losses, nobody's spirits are down. Nobody's checked out of the season. Everybody's still motivated. So I'm not too worried. I had it as a worst case scenario with the Wheezy injury that we might start off slow. I didn't expect him to get injured playing Thursday night, but I told you that at Waaris too. If he misses the first 5 games, that we go 0-5. As long as we get it sorted the second half of the season, I'm okay. So spirits still up,
which I found disrespectful because you could have picked me instead. But all right, that's fine.
You wanted to play for Ramsey anyways. You didn't want to be with me. I don't know if you still do after we do your recap, but
good segue. What a good segue. Just look at Ahmed Alshaari being a professional. 99ers versus Nars, 43-62. For 99ers, Ali Jaffer, first game in semi-pro in history, 11 points. I think he had the first 7 and then scored 4 the rest of the game. 7 boards, 1 assist. Nader with 9 points. Byron had 11 rebounds. 8 points. I had a free throw, but that's okay. 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Omar Diaz with 24. Akbar Yassin with 16, 7, and 5, as well as 5 steals. Evan Rory with 11.7 rebounds. Jamal with 9 and 14. Sean Ellie with a bucket there too. Sid can talk about this game as well, but let me start. Just like our game, we started and they finished it. So we came up and honestly, this game, the vibes were a little weird going into this game. We were 2-0, but Ramsey we just found out he tore his calf, so we got a replacement. And Ramsey full-time coaching, Ramsey, he's gonna be on 10 all the time. So he was still like, our spirits were still high. We felt like we had a good chance to gel quickly with Ali. I felt like Ali's a player that kind of is a plug-and-play type of guy. And then, the first couple of minutes, I'm like, okay, this guy, he came in, bodied somebody out the way, layup. Next possession, 3. Another came down, spin move, layup. And then all I hear around the gym, there's like, I'm pretty sure it's Zach. I'm pretty sure it was Sid, too. I don't really even...
But
it was like, this replacement's unfair. Who allowed this? Blah, blah. And I'm hyping my guy up. And I think we're up 14-5.
Yeah.
We end the first quarter up 21-17, Sid, if that's right. So our offense is kind of going. And then all of a sudden, the rim just completely just closes on us. And I didn't have a great game, but I would say none of us had a great game. We ended up, so if you look at it, 43 points. We scored 21 in the first quarter, scored 22 the rest of the game combined. First 12 minutes is 21 points. The last 36 is 22. That's horrible. Credit to Sid and ours. They played really well. It was somewhat of a close game going into the fourth. I think it was a 10-point game, 9-point game. And it didn't feel over yet, but there was a quick run that NARS went on, and it kind of just took it from there. And honestly, I think, Sid, you had said this to us too, or to me too, when we were talking about it. You were like, yo, it seemed like you guys kind of gave up pretty quickly. It did start to feel helpless at one point, to be honest with you. But Sid, yeah, tell me about this game from your perspective.
Yeah, I think the difference here, right? And I think, shout out to Ramsey. I do think he has a great replacement, and you can see flashes of just really great ability throughout the game. But one of the main differences when you pick up a player, like you mentioned, that never played in any semi-pro game, is that you don't know your own teammates and you don't know the opposition, right? So he doesn't know who Jamal is. He doesn't know who Evan is. I mean, he might know who AK is, but he definitely doesn't know who Omar is. But aside from that, he doesn't know tendencies, and you don't know tendencies of your own players as well, right? Like, you could tell him, hey, Tony's a good shooter on your team. He may not know exactly how good of a shooter. He may not also know how good of a shooter Nader is, right? What Byron likes to do, even what Omar Arroyo likes to do. So I think what we saw in this game was just that gelling portion, right? Like, hey, you guys got off to a very quick start, mostly because I think you guys just didn't miss. I think Nader hit his first 2 threes like on that. Ali came down the court, splashed one, right? Like, I wasn't missing. And what I told my guys after the first quarter was percentages are going to start to average out. Nobody shoots 100%. Nobody shoots 80%, right? Like, it'll start to average out. Be patient, right? But here's the counter that we're going to have for now. And I think the counter kind of worked. But I think that's what I noticed the most was that. Now, I think the second thing that I noticed, and this is a big shout out to Ramsey, right? Like, overall, I give my hat off to Ramsey because I never think one player replacement ever swings the league in such a way that it should be unfair, right? And what I mean by that is I do think Ali is a great player, and I think end of the season, going into playoffs, you guys are really going to get the ball rolling. You're going to be an amazing team. But I think one of the things that I saw that was missing was Ramsey's super patient in the half court, right? And one, he knows Byron's spots, he knows your spots, he knows Omar Arroyo's spots, he knows where everyone on his team needs to be, and he also orchestrates that offense. And so when I compare, or when Ramsey went out with his calf injury, right, versus Cummer, and your entire offense stalled out completely. I mean, you didn't score in overtime for like 12 minutes. I mean, I wouldn't say didn't score, but couldn't get a field goal attempt in overtime for like 12 minutes. Before you blew a 13-point lead. And then you look at this game, it's your team trying to figure out, hey, how do we replace this MVP-like player that we just had on our team with now Ali, and how does he become part of the system? And so, again, big shout out to Ramsey, because you never realize how much of a gap it is to fill, especially when you have to replace yourself, right? And it'll get better game after game, but that's really what I saw out of this game was, and even the last game, which is how does this team now continue to propel themselves forward without, in my eyes, their star player, right? And again, everything will be okay. It's one game. I wouldn't look too deep into it. But that's just where you can see your offense kind of stalled out in the last three quarters, was strictly because those are the quarters where now Ramsey dominates in the half court, and we made it a half court game.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it just worked out that way, and obviously, you guys ran away with it. But it's a score I feel like didn't give a good indication of what the first 40 minutes were like. No, obviously, it did feel like you guys killed us. So it does.
That feeling, I think, and it was surprising, right? But I think that feeling came from that lid on the basket that you felt, right? Like when you feel like you can't get that shot attempt to go in, it makes defense a little bit harder. It makes offense definitely more harder, because now you're just like, oh my God, why can't I score? Or why can't the whole team score? And so then you get that like feeling like, hey, I need to give up.
Yeah, that discouraged feeling. But what's weird is I think we were at 65 points and 64. We were like one of the better offenses going into this game. And like you said, obviously Ramsey not being out makes a big difference. So again, I think we'll find our identity. I think what I was able to do more with Ramsey out was go in the post and look for my own buckets. You know what I mean? Where now I might have to go back to that role that I was on with you, Sid, and with other teams, where I'm like, all right, I'm like top 3 or top 4 in assists in the game because I'm over here dishing and not trying to look for my own buckets. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think it's a feeling out process. I think Ali's a great player too, so we'll see how that goes. But last game of the week, Aqsa versus Nasser. For Nasser, they take out the undefeated Al-Aqsa team. Now, I was playing at the same time, so I didn't see a lick of this game. But for Aqsa, Manny with 25, 4 steals, 2 assists. Prince with 12 and 5. Q with 9, 7 and 5. Ian Hurley with 8 points, 14 rebounds. For Nasser, Omar Uthman, 18 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists. Derek with 13, Wasim with 7 and 4. But the story of the game, shout out my guy, Skylar, 13 points, 5 rebounds. He hit 3 threes. I'm going to just go straight to Skylar's player profile. And I'm trying to see if he's ever had a game where he scored 13. No. Here we go. 12. 12 twice. Oh, yeah, 15 once. Oh, shout out with me.
Oh, I was on that team too. I remember that game.
In 2023. So, second highest game for Sky in his career. Sky with 3 threes. Sid, you watch a little bit of this game. He took them with no hesitation and just cashed it, right?
Anyone who watched the Warriors playing game last night, he was the Al Horford. He just came in relentless, just let him fly and just cashing them, right? Like, if you watched Al Horford yesterday, he had 4 threes in the fourth quarter, I think, and that really propelled Golden State to come back and then beat the Clippers. That's what it looked like. He shot him, no hesitation, on net. I mean, he even did one dribble, pull up, floater, cash, right? Like, I was like,
he was on one.
Skylar legacy game. They were losing before that run, by the way.
I was looking at the bench, like, did he bring his girlfriend? Like, what's going on here? It's completely different player.
His tattoo healed, bro. That might be it.
Bro, tatted up Sky is moving different. This is crazy.
Yeah, bro. I did work the table for this game, so I can tell you guys a little bit of what happened.
Yeah.
Early on, it was the Manny show. Like, I think he scored the first 10 points. The Aqsa scored just him, like off of him either driving, laying it up, or just getting in the fast break. Like he was finding him, and he was getting a lot. They were getting a lot of turnovers off of sloppy Al Nassr passes. But what kept them in this game was just Omar would clean up the glass and he would put it up, or Derek would penetrate. Ian would step up and then they would dump it off to Omar and then he would put it up. So they kind of always kept it close, but Aqsa always kind of had that lead until that fourth quarter when Skylar subbed in. They found him first three from the corner. Boom, nothing but net. Like 2 or 3 possessions later, they find him again from the wing. 3, cash. Third possession, he catches it the opposite wing. They close out on him. That's when he kind of rips through. Dime to Omar, layup. At that point, the gym exploded after that third Skylar play in a row. That's if you guys remember, Ozzy was saying that like the second unit got hot. I think it was like Omar, said Derek. I think Obi was on the bench, so it might have been Wasim. Those are the guys that were in, and it was just like Said would secure the rebound, and then he would like push up the pace, and that's when Skylar hit that floater. It was just. That's when they kind of closed that gap, but then after that, it kind of became like a free throw game, and Manny and Ian were both in foul trouble. So like Aqsa didn't even have many options to like foul correctly because they only had 6 guys and 2 of their starters had 5 fouls. So they couldn't find a way to kind of bring him back after that run.
31-point fourth quarter.
Yeah,
for Nasser? No way.
That's huge.
Yeah. I think 11 of those was Skylar.
Yeah, 31 fourth quarter. That's a big time offensive fourth quarter.
They scored more than we scored in the last 3 quarters in that last fourth quarter. That's crazy.
They did.
Yeah,
that's bad. Shout out Nasser. Shout out Nasser.
31 in a quarter is a lot, man. 31 in a quarter.
Crazy. That's NBA numbers.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
And running clock league 31. Yeah,
just 124. If they scored 31 a quarter.
Yeah.
They scored 67. All right. Well, hey, listen. Shout out to Nasser. Aqsa doesn't stay undefeated. We don't stay undefeated. So now every single team has a loss. And that makes picks much harder, right? And Alshaari, you got to send me that link. I'm gonna share the screen now that I'm tied for first. But let's get to the picks, boys.
Yeah, and it is updated too. So
I love that.
You're listening to the NMAA podcast. Your favorite podcast is here.
You smile, you show up, you keep going. But inside, something just doesn't feel right. If anxiety, sadness, or stress are affecting your life, Mava Behavioral connects you with experienced psychiatric providers who listen and understand. Mava provides personal care statewide in Florida, Texas, and Illinois. Appointments are fast, care is personalized, visits happen from home or in person. Because your mental health matters every single day. Visit Mava Behavior and schedule your first appointment at mavamedical.com to get started. That's MAVA medical.com. Feeling better starts here.
All right, guys. So we are again keeping track of the picks. Shout out to Ahmed Alshaari for putting this nice little sheet together. And you can see the records there. Ahmed, first place in something. I'm leaving here with something. 9-4, tied with me and Ozzy after me and Ozzy go 3-0. Everybody else has a maximum of actually Kareem has 7-6. Obi 6-4. Did you just not pick one of the games of the week?
Yeah, that week he had like the convention thing. I don't think he was looking at his phone at all.
He didn't make any picks.
Yeah,
he didn't move him down. Put him in. It's not we're not going by percentage, man. We're going by total picks.
I asked in the chat, should I put him all as else or just leave him as percentage? Nobody answered me, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have answered you. Leave him as percentage. No show means no show.
Yeah.
But anyways, you see the standings there. But this week you can make up a lot of ground. Sid, you are 3 games back, and there are 8 games this weekend. So, first, let's get through it. Showtime versus Al-Qamar. I'm going to talk about this game a little bit. I think the 2 leading scorers in the league if I'm not mistaken. Adam and BG. I know BG's number one.
BG I think is number one. Akbar is second. Adam is third.
Oh, AK still second. Okay, Adam is third. So the two of the top three scorers. I honestly, Showtime has looked great. I will say, I think people kind of were sleeping on Montgomery going into the season. They've played pretty well. I know they haven't played. Their wins haven't been like super impressive, or win. Do they only have one win? They won two. They kept it close in their first two games. BG has looked like normal BG. He's looks so fast again after his injury. Dodik has yet to kind of get it going. He had 1 20-point game and then has had 5 or 6 the other two games. Alex, Monk, Shahab himself, Issa, honestly, coming off the bench, has played pretty decent. But Showtime this last week, I mean, Garfield's got to be one of the top stories of the season. He's looked amazing. Where did he go, Sid, in the draft?
Second round.
Did he go second? Okay, well,
people were like, "Oh, that
Zaheer knew something we didn't, bro, because he averaged like 5 the last season he played."
Sometimes
he's at
your team, right?
16 a game.
I think when he was coming into the league, Ramsey was just like, everyone's like, "Why are you so high on him?" Sid, why are you so high on him? And I played Thursday nights with him a lot, right? And I was just like, this guy, he's amazing, right? And then he joined the first season and definitely underwhelmed, I'll say statistically, but I think a lot of that was more so like the system he was in. He had a very star-studded lineup, right? And this season is definitely the season, you're built to shine. And he has a bunch of people on his team who move the ball, trust him to score. And that's where you see him just kill it on offense and on the defensive rebounding. And I think even for blocks, he's doing pretty good as well. So I'd say definitely one of the prime candidates for most improved.
Definitely. I think he's leading contender for sure. But we are not here to pick that. We are here to pick the games. Showtime, Montgomery, Sid, I'll let you pick first. Who you got?
I've really liked how Showtime has looked. I think Adam, since I went on that little, I guess rant,
has played amazing since then, genuinely.
I love what I've seen. Like, absolutely love it. This is like the Adam that I envisioned, right? And the Adam that's a top 3 pick, right? Like, playing absolutely amazing, averaging 20.7 points a game, hustling up and down the court, getting his team involved. I got Showtime on this one. I think even when you look at their output for scoring, it's pretty well balanced, right? And much to Alshaari, what he said, Nick had 0 last game. And I know, Mukhtar was undermanned, but they still put up close to 60 with Nick scoring 0. That's a good sign.
Right.
And so I'm gonna lean Showtime on this one.
Okay. Ahmed, who you got in this game?
Yeah, I mean, I just came off of the receiving end of a Showtime beating. Like, I've experienced Garfield firsthand. That guy's gonna be a problem.
You think they just you got Showtime?
Yeah,
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. You got Showtime?
Yeah, I got Showtime.
Give me a score.
I got 64-53. Like, 11-point game.
So you got them winning by a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, I'll say this: having played against Gummer, that defense is no slouch, and they killed us on the glass. And that's kind of how they got going to force overtime against us. Ultimately, we ended up winning the game. I threw the ball out of bounds, but that was a team where I was like, I thought we were just going to run over these guys. And I think the biggest thing for that was Dodik scored 20 points along with BG's 20-something, right? The other two games, even though they won one of them, their offense just looked ugly because Dodik just didn't get it going. So Ozzy made the comment that they have 0 first-round picks, but they have 2 potential first-round picks. Dodik, a former MVP, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
BG has looked great. If BG can be still at 22, 23 a game, Dodik could be at 17 or 18 a game. This team could definitely contend. That being said, I honestly do want to pick Al-Qamar, but I'm not going to. I got Showtime here, and I just don't trust that Al-Qamar's offense is gonna kind of like do what they need to. And Garfield has played fantastic. We'll see. You know, the X factor for me besides Thodic is I need to see Alex McCord finish some of these bunny layups, man.
Yeah.
He's gotten a lot of attempts at him, and I feel like there was a season on Malik where he was finishing everything, and then now he's back to the previous Alex where he's kind of up and down, on and off. So, yeah, huge X factor there. We'll see. I think it's going to be a close one, though. I got Showtime 63, Gummer 61 in a close matchup. Thodic misses a 3 to win the game. That's my prediction there. Next game we have Muttaqin versus Al Nasser. Now, this game has some underlying tension here. We got Wasim Safadi going against Kareem. We got Isaiah going against Ozzy. Does Ozzy still hold a grudge for? Actually, kind of doesn't. I think he picked him again like 2 seasons later. But you know, this is I think maybe an interesting matchup that we're all looking at. Like, can Muttaqin get their offense going? That's the number one question, maybe of the season. Ahmed, what do you think? This game looks weird on paper, but are we thinking Muttaqin can get it going?
It's like tale of two different trajectories, I guess, right? It's one of those where one team is not able to get the offense going, where the other team is kind of like finding ways to find late offense and win those like weird games.
So
like,
you're saying Muttaqin needs to trade for Skylar? All right, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. If one of those guys can pull a Skylar game, then maybe we'll see a Muttaqin win. But as of right now, from what I've seen, this is a comfortable Al Nassr pick because I love that team's defense. Like, you know, it's just I feel like they got solid defenders all around, and they're also finding ways to score, and they play well with each other. You know, it's like they don't have a 20-point guy, but they have their double-double guy. They have their playmakers. They have their shooters. So, yeah, I think I got Al Nassr here on this one.
All right, Sid, who you got?
This is gonna walk right up to you. I promise you on Friday and say, hey, we don't have a 20-point per game guy.
I mean, he was at 20. Don't look not until the last game, you know.
Skylar took all his minutes.
Once it was a Skylar show, it's like, hey,
this is a Skylar show. You can't do anything.
Maybe Skylar's a 20-point guy now.
That would be crazy. All of a sudden, he listened to the podcast, comes out, he dropped another 15.
Just hitting 5 threes a game. That would be the greatest, heel turn in the history.
I'd be so.
He's gonna steal Garfield's most improved and leave him hanging.
Anyways, Sid, who you got?
I got Nasser in this one. Again, with Alshaari, I think it's a comfort pick. Even though I do think Muttaqin can pick it up and should be able to pick it up, they haven't yet picked it up, right? And from my knowledge, there might be people missing the game, so I'm gonna go with Nasser being the one who's gonna win this.
Oh wait, is Thodic out too?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I wasn't sure who all went there. I don't know. No. What I was going to say, I mean, I don't know if we got to keep it a secret. We all know Kareem's not going to be there. Yeah. I got Al Nassr.
100%.
Like,
I look at
that. I would say that it would be difficult for me to pick Muttaqin. But you're telling me Kareem's not there? You said 0-3. Kareem said, I'm going to the Dominican Republic. I'll see you guys later. You guys can figure this out. He said, you guys figure it out. I'm going to Punta Cana, getting a virgin pina colada. I'm not dealing with this no more.
Imagine they win without him.
That would be hilarious.
Then what?
Genuinely, that would be... Genuinely, I think Kareem would be like, maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Like, that would be such a reality check. And knowing Kareem, he's going to be like, you know what, guys? I won't come. It's okay. And they're going to be like, what do you want? Anyway. No, I got Al Nassr. In a comfortable one. I got them 59 to 46. I don't think
you don't have them hitting 50.
46 would be their high. 46 would be high.
46 would be their highest. Yeah, unfortunately. No, I don't think they get to 50. Commissars versus the 99ers is the next game. This would have been, in my opinion, the game of the week. But Kareem is with somebody in the Dominican Republic. And his name is Amir Zafari. So Amir's not going to be there. That changes the game, in my opinion, a lot.
Night and day difference.
Amir is kind of the guy that steers the ship. You know what I mean? He's just really good at making sure that they're doing the right things. Maybe not at the end of the game when he's really angry, but during the game, they're doing the right things and making the right plays, and not punting the ball 56 yards. But I cannot pick this game. Ahmed, I'll let you pick it first. Who you got?
Yeah, for this one, I was actually kind of a fan of like how Commissars operate. I know they had like a slow start to the season, but the one game that I worked the table for them, you can kind of see Amir playing that classic point center that he does. You know, I feel like he was finding people at the right spots. I feel like JP was being aggressive, attacking. You know, Tristan and Rod were hitting their shots, but I feel like without him, there's going to be that gap to where there's a lot of. I feel like they're not going to know how to facilitate their offense, especially against a team that's kind of like, you know, that plays that style of defensive anchor, like, you know, where you have your rim protector and then you 4 super aggressive guards all around the outside of on that zone. I feel like you need Amir to be that middle, to like, you know, because he can hit that little hook shot mid-range from the free throw. So that's going to force you to step up. And then, you know, JP can sit in that dunker spot. I know maybe they can kick it out for a 3 if they're collapsing in on that zone. But without him, you don't have that option at all. So
Right.
I don't see how they attack the zone in like a proper manner. So yeah, I have 99ers here.
Okay. Sid, how you got?
Not even going to keep it long. I think Alshaari did an absolutely great breakdown. I think this is going to be a very good bounce back game for 99ers. And so I got 99ers winning this strictly because, to the best of my knowledge, you have your whole team. Omar is going to be a pest on Rod. You know, Byron's probably going to guard Tristan, vice versa. You know, you switch however you want. I don't know the matchups, but I'm just saying, I think those 2 guards are going to line up pretty well, and then you're going to be there in the paint to protect it. So I'm going to go with 99ers on this one. I think you guys will also be able to get out to like an early head start.
Let's see. I hope so. If we score like 8 points this first quarter, I might have a full crash out and be like, you know what, guys? I'm just going to shoot 3 every time down the court, try to get the rebound.
Kareem and DR.
Yeah, I might do a Kareem and DR. I get just hit Montego Bay or something. I don't even know. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for this matchup because I'm just trying to get back on the court after that. But what we got last week? So, last game of the Friday slate: Malik versus the Mukhtar, the Eminem matchup. Ahmed, tell me a little bit about this matchup. You got everybody going into this game?
We have everybody going into this game. All 8. That's
all 8 guys.
That's all I'm gonna say. We have a whole team now. That's it.
I love that. I love how people have taken turns kind of having good games for you guys.
Yeah.
Not everybody's there, so nobody knows their role. No, I'm joking. What are you thinking about this matchup? You like this Malik matchup for you guys?
Oh yeah, I think like the main thing I'm trying to think about is like how do we guard them well because they're such a big team and we kind of have a heavy guard lineup on our team. Like we're not the biggest team traditionally. Like we have our big and our forwards, but you know, I feel like this besides Chavis, their smallest guy is freaking Abdel and then Steve. So it's like, you know,
those guys aren't small either.
I know.
Abdel's a forward and Steve is a stout.
Those are their
plays
guards.
like he's 7'2". The way he's trying to steal the ball every play.
So the only concern I'm trying to game plan for is kind of, you know, how do we match up, you know, from like a size standpoint. But yeah, I don't want to speak too much on it, so it should be a fun game.
Kaz,
you know,
save the day.
Hey, Kaz double again.
Kaz 27 rebounds, 10 blocks. No disrespect to you, Ahmed Alshaari. I feel like we haven't seen Malik play in like a month. Am I crazy? It feels
We
like
had one bye week, and I haven't seen them in so long.
I told Chavis, I was like, Chavis, I don't know what it is, but I haven't seen you in forever, dude. Like,
bro,
It feels like it's been so
I
long.
swear to you, it feels like I haven't seen Malik play in literally 3 weeks. They took 1 week off, and I just forgot they existed. With that being said, I got Malik here. I think their size is just going to be 2. This is not a good matchup for Mukhtar. I don't know how Fellow could have one of his sneaky 20 rebound games if he's just sneaking around. You know what I mean? Swipe or no swiping. That's kind of the Fellow strategy. But other than that, Tron is having an amazing season. Marcus, my only thing is this Malik offense runs in such a weird way. And I don't want to say it's one person's fault, but week 1, when they did not have Tony, their offense was so much more free flow. Am I crazy? I'm not saying that he's the one stopping the ball every time. But what I am saying is since he has been there, and even the second game against us, he had like 8 assists. He was trying to get the ball going. But it just seems disjointed since week 1.
I think
I don't know.
It's the argument of who runs point, right? They don't have a true point guard. Chavis sometimes runs point. Tony at other time runs point. And they're vastly 2 different point guards, right? Chavis is trying to pick up the pace. Tony's trying to slow down the pace. And so, at least in my opinion, oftentimes what you see is just the team not being on the same page because you don't know what type of pace you want to play on, right?
Right.
If you set a screen for Chavis, he's probably going downhill. If you set a screen for Tony, he's probably shooting the 3, right? So I think they probably need to identify roles a little bit on who is going to, run point going forward. And sometimes that's the negative with not having someone who runs your offense, right? So I think that being that disjointed is going to continue for Malik. It's just they have way too much firepower in general, where it may not matter as much, right? Like Tron's putting up 50. I mean, they have 4 guys, borderline 5, putting up double-digit scoring.
That's crazy.
Right?
Tron may be most improved as well.
Correct.
He's leading them in scoring, actually.
Yeah,
That's crazy to me. That's crazy to
Team
me.
with Marcus, Debo, and Tony and Chavis. Tron is their leading scorer.
correct.
I can't. And no disrespect to Tron, those other 4 guys are. I've seen Chavis be at near 20. Marcus was at 20 something a game. I know Debo's had a season where he was at like. Tony's had 20 something. So you're telling me out of all those guys that have actually averaged 20 before, Tron is the guy that leads. Shout out, man. He's hooping too.
He's absolutely hooping, but I think the big thing this season that he's always in the right spot. He's in the right spot for the offensive rebound, right spot to grab the pass on like a dump off, and go up with it. He's been phenomenal. I think he's had a great season.
Short Tron story. I remember a couple seasons ago, it was the old game plan. Now everybody knows it, where I'm guarding a guy and I'm just not going to guard him. Like you could do whatever you want. I'm guarding the rest of the team. I'm just going to protect the paint. And it used to be, Tron was the automatic guy that I did that to 2, 3, 4 years ago. This season specifically, we tried the same thing. And Tron got it. And I'm like, he's going to take that little 8-foot fadeaway midi that he loves. And he pump fake, came in, and then I was like, oh, what the? And then I'm like contesting, and he made it. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen him do that before. He always takes the 8-foot fadeaway. So you're telling me that he's like, nope, not going to settle. Hit it off the glass and score. I'm like, oh, I actually got to guard this guy. You know what I mean? Like, so shout out to him.
Even on video, I haven't really seen him take the jump shot much. He's finishing at the basket, and clearly it's working out for him because he's getting the PT. And on top of that, you're leading your team in scoring, right? And averaging double-digit boards. So hats off to him. But yeah,
hats off to him. He's had a great season so far.
This one too.
Yeah, I think Tron ends up with about 14 and 16. Maybe Kyle gets 10 and 10 as well. We'll see. But Ahmed, if you go out there and get 11 rebounds, I would love that for you too, bro. But Al Nasser versus Nars is the Sunday game. This is the week 1. Sunday, week 4, court 1, Nasser versus Nars. Now this is like a sneaky oh, I didn't know this is a rivalry game, type of rivalry game. You know what I mean? Sid and Ozzy sometimes not butt heads, but for some reason there's like this weird tension that when they play each other, it ends up getting chippy. We've seen it a couple times, so I'm trying to see if that'll happen again this season.
As
Sid,
a coach, it's a little
you
bit.
You can't pick this, but tell me what you're thinking about this game.
As a coach, it's a little bit different, right? So I don't know if it'll necessarily get chippy because I'm not the one playing, and I try for it not to get chippy anymore. When you look at it, though, it's tale of two. It's different, right? Like I'm looking at it right now. Points for 62 for our team, 57 points allowed, right? Yeah. And then 58 points for Nasser, points allowed 64. In theory, based on statistics, right, you would say that technically, would lean our way. The difference is, Wasim just absolute rat. I'm just going to call it absolute rat, bro, on defense. He's one of those guys who can definitely change a game, but, trying to run from behind when you get a rebound, try to tip it out.
So annoying. It's so irritating.
Lethal from shooting. And then Omar, he's the leading rebounder in the league.
Osman also maybe a most improved candidate, bro. Yeah, we got a lot this season.
A most improved candidate 3 seasons in a row. And then you have Ish dropping 15 a game, right? And he'd probably be in the 20s if it wasn't for that. So I think, for us, we have to be prepared. This is a team that loves to be out on the break. They love to play fast. And we have to figure out how we try to slow them down, cope with that a little bit. I think playing you guys is a good test to see, hey, can we slow down the fast break? And I think our biggest test this Sunday is going to be, can we keep Omar Uthman off the glass? I think if we're able to keep him off the glass, he doesn't drop 20 rebounds, it would be a very close game. If he ends up killing us on the glass, I'm not sure probably runs away.
100%. Okay, that makes sense to me. Ahmed, first of all, you got a 1920s typewriter? What's going on in there? All I hear is the click clacking is. I just want to hear the ring at the end when he moves the paper back. Ahmed, who you got in this matchup?
There's one important note I want to say about the statistics that kind of Sid brought up is that I think this matchup from a stats wise is closer than it looks. Nasser has that one outlier game where they were very short-handed and lost by 30. But if you look at them, they kind of are putting similar output offensively and defensively to Nars. So this is like a sneaky close matchup for me. But it's just those two guards that Sid got over there, man. I think that's where they edged them out. That's a bad duo right there in the backcourt.
No, you know what? I will say, and so you got Nars there. Mm-hmm. I will say when we played them as well, you know what happens when you're a smaller guy, when you're a smaller team, you can't be small and soft, right? But if you're smaller and you take advantage of the fact that I could just beat these people up, and I'll get away with it, that works so much in your advantage. Now we're not going to talk about what refs were doing what, but sometimes when you're a smaller guy, it's an inherent subconscious thing as a referee, as anybody. You see the bigger guy, it's like, well, you shouldn't be able to stop him. So when you do a shove or a hack or a push or anything, you kind of got more leeway to do those things. And I will say, Jamal, all semi-pro defender. I think if we did a semi-pro, all defensive first, second, third team, he might be on there every single season. Evan is literally, have you seen, and I don't know if he's going to get offended by this. Have you seen the Pokemon Geodude? He's just he's a circular rock, right? With arm, and you can't move him, right? And he's just, bro, he ran into me, and it was on the NMAA highlights. Full speed, just ran into me and threw the ball up. And I'm like, and I got hit, and I was like, oh my God, this dude is a freaking ball of mass, bro. And what's crazy about that is you would think, oh, he's out here getting boards doing this. He's a sniper from deep. It's crazy. So Evan, Jamal, in my opinion, and I know the guards are going to get theirs. They are. They're both going to average. If for some reason AK has a lower than 25-point game, Omar is going to have a 25-point game. If AK has a 25-point game, they're both going to combine for 40 points minimum. It's just going to happen. You can't.
Happened every game so far, basically. Yeah.
Every game so far. But where it goes crazy is Zayd can come in, score 10 12. Evan just scored 11 points. Jamal can score 8 to 10. And they can just have enough guys chip in so all the pressure isn't on the first two. They smoked us, and AK had 16 points. I thought we did an okay job. Obviously, he missed some open shots. But I thought we did an okay job.
Right? And Zayd will be there on Sunday. So, like, when you look at it, we have options, which is a nice thing, and it definitely helps, right? When you're able to spread the floor, then the Jamal and Evan, like you mentioned, can get going a little bit,
especially if they're hitting threes off the glass.
And that especially, those always help. I'll take
those low arc Jamal threes, though.
Oh my God! When they hit the top corner and they swish, it makes me want to get a technical foul, just throw the ball at them. Because it's just so demoralizing. It hurts your feeling. But yeah, I got Nars. in this matchup. I just think that they're kind of clicking at the right time. They have that chemistry. They have that camaraderie. They're kind of, Sid's putting them all together, and there's like they're okay with kind of being the villains and the bad guys, and we'll be the jerks. We don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's us against everybody. And that's kind of the mentality you need to be a championship contending team, which I think they are. So, yeah, I got Norris in that matchup. The next team, or the next matchup we have, is Aqsa versus Gummer. Now, this one's an interesting one. Got Aqsa coming off a loss, Gummer coming off a win. But these two teams are on opposite sides of the standings right now. I think Aqsa's still number one, if I'm not mistaken. And actually, Sid, you guys might be number one now. But yeah, this is an interesting matchup to me. It's really the battle of the guards. Q and Manny versus BG and Thodic. Then it's Ian, and then Alex and Monk. Bilal had a 20-point game, started wearing a shooting sleeve. I see you, Bilal. Bilal scored 20. Said, oh. He turned in a back. He said, I'm on lock now. He said he got some VC in his system. He started throwing up threes. Bro, I'm excited for this matchup, man. Honestly, I'm going to pick this first. And I think I'm going to surprise you guys. I'm going to pick Gummer here. I think Gummer, they play on Friday. They're going to have a little bit more continuity. I think that they kind of feel out the game a little bit. Aqsa doesn't play on Friday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, do they play with the game? No, they don't play on Friday. So I don't know, man. There's something about this Gummer team that I'm like, I don't think this team is like this clearly playing type of team. If BG's playing like that, man, what are you supposed to do? I don't know. At the same time, Manny looks crazy in that first half. I don't know. I have a feeling. I'm going with Gummer. Sid, who you got in this matchup?
I don't mind that pick. I do like it. However, I'm still going to go Aqsa. Reason being, Manny and Q are very familiar with BG and Tarek. They play together on Thursday nights all the time against each other, for each other. When you look at the matchup, Manny versus BG, Kwang versus Tarek, I typically lean more on the side of defense than I do on offense, right? And between those four, the better defensive guards are Manny and Kwang. Right?
That is true.
Offensive guards, especially with stats, is Tarek and BG, right? So, in that regards, and I think when you add Dan coming back, they lost to Nasser, but they didn't have Dan, and they didn't have Ahmed either. They were missing two of their starters.
Oh, Hare wasn't there either.
So the game was still close.
Correct. And they were leading. They were winning most of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you add those two back in the fold, you get more paint protection. And Aksa has shown that they are...
Oh my God. Nasser was going to lose to Aksa without their two starters? That's crazy. Anyway, okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, man, it was a Sky show. It was meant to bring out.
Skylar came in and stopped that.
But, yeah, I'm going to lean Aksa. I think they're a very physical team. And I think you can get Kummer frustrated being that level of physical. And so I think this game leans more Aksa to me than it does Kummer.
Fair enough. Ahmed, who you got in this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, Sid kind of said everything that I wanted to say about how this Aksa team is just started off clicking since the season started. I feel like they play with each other so well, and like they're so... Like, they play to each other's strengths, essentially. Like, Muhammad plays in his right spots. Ian is always on his right spots. Q is kind of facilitating that whole offense. And, Bilal is having
change my pick Saturday morning, guys. I'll let you know. But
and also,
I want to say, let's see what Kummer looks like Friday. Yeah. I might change my pick. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. I totally forgot about Hair. I'm not going to lie.
Both of them.
Yeah, and Prince has been sneaky good this season, too. Multiple double-digit games off the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sticking with Gummer right now, but we'll see. This game, me and Ahmed, it sucks. I can't pick this game, but no, I'm trolling. Sid, me and him can't. Me and
pick this game.
Me and Ahmed cannot pick this game.
The freest game of our season.
I'll tell you my pick. But I mean, you can both of you are coaching against each other. Tell me what you both see.
Hey, what am I supposed to see? They've had eight guys one game. I can't.
It was our worst game of the season,
and they got killed. They scored 30 points. So it doesn't. They haven't even this. I haven't seen their team. There's no scouting report yet. They haven't played together yet. You know what I mean? All I've seen is Ahmed had a game where he had 11 points, held Nick to 0.
11 rebounds.
11 rebounds. Sorry, and then Kaz has been their underlying superstar.
Christian had a 20-point game.
Christian had a 20-point game. Shout out Christian. Fellow had like a 14 rebound game.
17 rebounds.
17. I was going to say 17. I gassed up myself. So I honestly, I'll know more on Friday. I'm being 100% honest with you. When they have all 8 on Friday, I'm going to get a clue. Okay, this is what they actually look like. Weezy's played one game. And it was a game where he's the first time he was touching a basketball since he broke 3 bones in his hand. So, you know what I mean? At least his hand is healed, but now he's got an ankle thing. I don't know what's going on. Ahmed, you talk.
Yeah, honestly, I was always a big fan of this 99ers, selling Ramsey like right off the draft. That I kind of like how this team is kind of well constructed around Waaris and Ramsey themselves, and they started off hot. But, after Ramsey's injury, they kind of, they got a very good player as a replacement. But, we spoke about it more on the recap segment that they kind of need to click. So for us, it's going to be a very tough game. We're kind of looking at having to take care of the ball a lot. They got a lot of pesky kind of, guards that, they try to go out and they gamble for that steal. The Omars, the Naders, the Byrons, even though the Kasims, and honestly, this team is good. I need to kind of see Ali play more because I worked the other side during his first game, so I don't know much about his game. So I'm gonna be on. You guys don't play Friday, so I guess
we do.
Oh, you do? Okay. So yeah, I'll be sure
to scout them. But unfortunately, you play at the same time.
Yeah, that's fun. But yeah, at least I'll watch the video.
Ali doesn't post the videos till Monday.
Oh man! All right, I guess we're going in blind.
Hey, shoot, me too. We play at the same time.
Yeah,
that's fine.
No scouting.
Week 1, scouting.
Just go play basketball. That's it.
Go play LA Fitness ball.
Since I have to make my official pick here, I'm still going to go 99ers. Like I said, I think they have a very good team, even defensively. They have a really, really top-notch team, in my opinion. And I think playing Commissars without a mirror is going to give them back some confidence again. I mean, it could work in the other way too, right? They could lose to Commissars and then
then the whole confidence is gone.
No, that team is not going to be the same on Sunday. The three people are going to be gone.
Oh, if we lose on Friday, I might not be on the 99ers. I'm just letting you know. The way Ramsey works, I might not be here. You know what I mean? So I have no control over that. But inshallah, we win, and we can have a normal.
Yeah, I think, especially without Amir, they're going to get the ball rolling on Friday, and then it's going to be tough to stop on a Sunday. And so I'm going to lean 99ers here. However, I do think this will probably be, outside of the Muttaqin game, I think this will probably be one of the closest games for you this season. Mukhtar, I think your team is made up of very similar players to 99ers, right? Outside of the fact that, they're big as Waaris, you're big as Kaz.
Cancels out, right?
Honestly, we have the advantage in that matchup.
Oh, great.
Wanish is gonna. I gotta ask Wanish, is he having his famous 3-point battle in the middle of the game with Waaris?
I have 0 this season. I know I'm averaging like 10 points a game.
He has 0 too, so I guess you're tied right now.
All right, X factor. Whichever one of them makes the 3 is gonna win the game.
Come on, man. Let's not, bro. With all due respect to Wanish, I had a season where I was averaging 3 threes a game. Y'all can't do this to me.
Right? The season we tracked, it was 1-3. The difference.
Was it 1-3?
Nobody cares that you missed 3 games. Okay, nobody cares.
I missed 3 games.
All jokes aside, I still think 99ers. I think they have a lot. They have a lot of offense. They have a lot of defense. And I think this game leans them.
Nobody on our team wants to get hit with a crutch. We have motivation. So,
and Ramsey, I can tell you, he's gonna bring it. After that Sunday loss, that man he's starting. You know how they go 0 to 100. He's starting at 60. So it's not going to take him long to start slapping people with some crutches.
I mean, he might put a jersey on. I'll be honest with you. We'll see. But last game of the weekend slate, we have Showtime versus Malik. I kind of like this matchup, man. Adam, Garfield, Carlos, Nick, and them versus Tron, Debo, Marcus, Chavis, and Tony. This is a weird. It's like 2 different styles. I kind of like Showtime has been kind of run and gun, which is interesting because Garfield, Carlos, Nick, Sarim, Zach, not guys that you would peg as getting out in the open court. But I think Adam has been so influential since week 1 of this is how we're going to play. We're getting up and down the court. I'm going to force the issue. I see Nick rebound in and out behind the back, step back 3. And I said, well, hold on, Nick. I've never seen you do this. I guess he didn't do that against Ahmed.
No, he was dribbling out of pressure. I was trying to, when we were doing on that little run. No, I was like passing him. He kind of cross, wrap around the back, and I found him at the half court line. He left me. I was like, what? Nick?
Yeah. So
but no, he got a good handle to him. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They're acting different a little bit now, but that's the stark difference to what Malik wants to do, which is pound the paint, get 50 offensive rebounds, and just beat you into submission inside. And they have the size to do it. So who kind of wins out? Whose tempo kind of wins out here? I'm still thinking about it. Sid, you know what? I'm going to let you pick this first. Who you got?
You got Malik. When I look at their team, I don't think they've hit their potential yet, right? Like Marcus is averaging 13. Tony, in my opinion, still hasn't had a good game. Chavis is playing great. Tron playing great. Debo's playing great, right? But what if Marcus explodes? Like, who guards Marcus on this team? Probably Nick, right? But then who guards Tony, right? And Tony's one of those players who can easily go off if he's healthy. I know he had, I think, a calf injury, so as long as he's healthy, I think Malik just has a lot of offense, man. And it's part of the reason why I do lean them a lot of games. I know their offense hasn't looked great recently, but I think Abdel, there's one thing we know with Abdel, he'll figure it out. He's gotten to the semifinals and finals a number of times since being head coach. enough that I think for me, in this game, I think Malik probably edged it out. However, I do think 2-point game, 4-point game. I think it's
a close one.
Close battle.
Yeah, I can see that. Ahmed, who you got in this matchup?
Yeah, it's like you guys said. I actually don't know. It's kind of, I think it comes down to the pace of the game. Like, who's dictating the pace more. Like, when we were playing against Showtime, when it was kind of like a half court, set up the offense, get good shots, we were kind of neck and neck with them. But once they started going down court, that's when we kind of, lost that game. So if they can do the same thing with Malik, I feel like they can edge them out. But it's just, I think Malik is too big for them. Like I'm trying to think of a way for them to match up with them to where it's like, Debo and Tron. Like, Garfield is going to guard one of them, but then who's guarding the other? Because, is Nick is going to guard either Tony or Marcus. Adam's probably going to guard Chavis. But then, you have Carlos guarding a big, whereas Zach, you're going to play 48 minutes and guard Debo. I feel like that's where that gap is. That's where the mismatch. Yeah, there's always one mismatch against them. And I feel like a team with Tony is always going to, exploit that. It's either going to be for him and he's going to take that mismatch, or he's going to call it out, get like that person's side cleared up and just give them the ball, So I think Malik edges it out here, but this is the toughest pick that I had to do so far.
Yeah, I agree. Now, since you both are on Malik, and you guys have almost made convincing arguments to me, but I think just the X factor here is first and second round picks, right? Chavis had a good season so far, but Marcus 13 a game is not going to cut it. Now, after Friday, if he explodes on Friday, I'm going to be like, I'm going to change my pick. But Adam has looked fantastic. And the main thing that we said in the last Malik pick was, they're kind of confused on what they want to be themselves. If they want to push the pace, if they want to slow it down, if they want to post up, if they want to shoot threes. They're kind of all over the place. And now they've also had a week off after a weird loss to Aqsa. Well, Aqsa is kind of one of the class of the league type teams. So yeah, but I got Showtime. I think Showtime has just kind of gotten it rolling a little bit now. And I just think Adam's like the biggest X factor here of how do they guard Adam? You know what I mean? I think Chavis is a great defender, but it's not half court set me a screen. It's running 100 miles an hour. And if Chavis is over there running point guard, he's trying to think of how do we get the best possession. He's not thinking while on offense, I got to make sure I get Adam if he gets out on the break. So yeah, I got Showtime here in a close matchup. But I think it could go either way. Honestly, if Malik looks amazing on Friday, I might change my pick this too. So full disclosure, these picks might get changed.
Sunday getting changed.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, for this game, if you switch your Qamar pick to Aqsa, this game might decide who's number one in the picks after the weekend. Because I think we match up on every other thing.
True. Yeah. Because we picked the same thing every other game. We did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might change that Qamar pick.
Hey, let's both pick the same thing so we stay tied and leave Ozzy behind.
And leave Ozzy behind? What if he gets it right and we get it wrong?
Yeah,
Ozzy's the first. No, listen, 45-minute segment, by the way. That's what happens when you have 8 games, guys. Whew. It is currently 12:02 a.m.
I'm going to do this at 8 a.m.
I was just going to do this at 8 a.m. Guys, real quick, I know it's April 17th now. Do your taxes, all right? Make sure you do your taxes. Pay your taxes.
I think already.
Some people haven't done them.
What's up?
Some people haven't done them. I did them like the day I opened.
It's a friendly reminder. But not everybody's as responsible as
also,
you.
Not everyone will get that money back, Alshaari.
You know what? Some of us want to hold on to the money as long as we can. But yeah, no. Anyways,
it's more fun when you see that tax bill coming. Just like,
I hate April 15th, bro. I almost blocked my CPA one time. I almost reported him as spam. I was like, yo, don't talk to me anymore. But anyways, that's all we got for the podcast. Thank you guys for joining me. Love a late night post Isha podcast. We had a nice little. Hopefully, we can get him on the pod. But last week we had Majid Rahman, we went over there, and shout out Darius Donaldson, Donaldson
Darius
for
Donaldson.
You semi-pro player.
yeah. Hey, future semi-pro player. We just need to fatten him up a little bit. He gained like 30 pounds. He's semi-pro. Still a second or third.
Really, as long as you have a kid, you're good.
I think he's still dunking way too easily to be in semi-pro. But,
yeah, he's dunking off vert. But we made it.
Yeah.
One of us finally could do it. You know what I mean? None of us. Me and Amir might have been the closest ones, and we got negative verticals.
Sarim on Showtime. He can dunk.
Sarim.
And Loki Garfield, no, too?
I think Garfield can do it, too.
And Yassine and Isaiah. I guess we got a couple. Yeah.
Isaiah not Muslim.
Oh, you're talking about Muslim dunkers. Oh. I thought it was just dunkers in general. Yeah, Yassine, I think, can dunk. He just doesn't do it in game. Even if it's a wide open fast break, he just always takes a layup.
He lays it
reminds
up.
me of Allende. The amount of times he had a bunny dunk, and he just, like, drops the ball in over the hoop, and I'm looking at him like, bro, why don't
You don't want to hurt his hands, bro.
Like, I'm tired. It's like,
I'm tired.
dunk the ball, bro.
Your hand is a foot above the rim. Like.
Anyways, that's all we got for the podcast. Guys, thank you for joining me once again. Everybody be happy. Everybody be healthy. Come out this weekend. Show some support.
Rock.
Everybody say salam to my boy Darius Donaldson.
We are NMAA.
And we'll be back with you
Basketball
next week. Peace out,
Team
guys.
Brotherhood.
We've got former college D1 athletes, former international players, competition at all levels. Come on, man, it's what we do best.
It's game time, grab your crew cause I got mine. Cause my 5, we gon' shut her down like prime time. We always ready, staying steady on these front lines. Lights, camera, action, and we live, call it showtime. This labor of love, we call it grind and dedication. Blood, sweat, and tears for years, call it determination. Don't get it mistaken with people hating on your greatness. We just patiently waiting to make a slam dunk statement. So turn the station to NMAA podcast. Got the commission on going full blast. So when they ask who's the greatest in the state, well, we're shaking bacon and breaking angels and soul weight. I'm too clean and precise with my jump shot. Celebrate with my bow and arrow, call it guns hot. Locked and loaded with my bag and my whole squad. Always rolling deep with my team, praising one God. Alhamdulillah.
Did you give it all you got? Did you give it 110%? Any team's capable of holding that championship trophy. Just depends how bad you want it.
I'm ruthless, I'm competitive. My drive's on fire, I'm so tentative. I dominate, call me executive. I'm a champion.
Let's go!
In the race of life, quitters never reach the finish line. I'ma get what's mine, gonna do the time, cause I'm in my prime. My mind is my weapon, my mental toughness is dead on. I'm a sharpshooter, top hooper. I'm a champion. It's not over till I say it is. Body still working hard, beating blessed, time to live. It's all or nothing, I got all to give. Pushing to the last second, cause it's still time to win. Never too late, cause I'm the champion within. And the champions are made of perseverance, no quitting, ha. Yeah, that's why I'm out here grinding day and night. Always hungry, staying humble, that's my way of life. Cause every team dreams of being the number one seed. But do you got what it takes to make it in this league? Giving it all, game on the line, going 110. Claiming it all, looking to thrive, decisions always a win. I'm ruthless, I'm competitive. My drive's on fire, I'm so tentative. I dominate, call me executive. I'm a champion.
Let's go!
In the race of life, quitters never reach the finish line. I'ma get what's mine, gonna do the time, cause I'm in my prime. My mind is my weapon, my mental toughness is dead on. I'm a sharpshooter, top hooper. I'm a champion. I'm ruthless, I'm competitive. My drive's on fire, I'm so tentative. I dominate, call me executive. I'm a champion.